The commercial real estate market, when I came back to Portland, was significantly different from when I left. So I left in '75, went to school in Boston. At that time, you wouldn't go into the Old Port at night. It was a place you just wouldn't hang out. It was a lot of muggings. It was dangerous. The buildings weren't renovated. When I came back in 1983, a developer by the name of Howard Goldenfarb had taken some of the buildings on Upper Exchange Street and started to renovate them. That's actually where my brother Joe started what was then Joseph Boulos Associates at 89 Exchange Street, and he had an office there. And at that time, you could, actually in 1975, you could buy pretty much any building on Exchange Street for $10,000. When I came back in '83, those prices had gone up. Today, those buildings are worth millions of dollars. Certainly would have been a great investment back in the mid-'70s to purchase any of those Old Port buildings, but who knew? I think the major reasons for the growth in the Southern Maine real estate market, commercial real estate market over the past few years is due to a number of factors. One of the most important is low interest rates. They're artificially low. The Fed's kept them down, and that's given developers the ability to build buildings to accommodate the growth that local companies are seeing. So it's been a great situation. The other reason that Southern Maine is doing so well is we've got a lot of great press in the past few years. You know, every time you pick up a national magazine, it seems to be talking about Portland and the quality of life and the food scene here. And of course that attracts people into the area. So I think low interest rates, the attractiveness of the city have combined to make this a very desirable place to live. The advice I give to young people getting into the business, a couple of different things. First of all, when you make some money, don't spend it all. Number two, these are the best of days. These are great days in commercial real estate, and they don't last forever. We're bound to have a cycle where things trail off, or God forbid we have another great recession like we did in 2008. And also I tell brokers to, listen, if you're going to be in the business, work as hard as you can, be honest with people, come in early, stay late, and make the calls. The worst thing you can do as a broker is wait for the phone to ring, because it's not going to ring unless you initiate those calls. I think for the commercial real estate market in Southern Maine, the future long-term is very bright. It's great right now. Inevitably, we're going to have a dip in the economy, but I think long-term, the market's very good, and it's a great place to invest in. You've got baby boomers who are selling their houses in the suburbs, who want to live downtown to be able to walk to the different amenities. You've got young folks who are being employed by companies like CIEE, Vets First Choice, who want to live downtown, don't want to own a car, may have one or two bikes, bike to work, walk to work. So because Portland's such a desirable place long-term, the infrastructure is here to accommodate those people, and I think long-term it's great. I really do. The core values of CBRE, the Boulos Company, and the reason why we've been around for 41 years, I believe, are due to integrity, that we say what we mean, we don't fabricate the truth, and we don't tolerate people in our office who do. So the folks who work at CBRE, the Boulos Company, really are, in my opinion, top-notch, very professional, and very, very honest people. So integrity is a very important, probably top of the list. Brokers who are successful also have a tenacity about them, ability to get things done. And probably most important is perseverance. You can be working on a deal for 6 months, 2 or 3 years even, and have it fall apart. And if you don't have the ability to come in the next day and say, you know what, I'm going to try to salvage that deal, or I'm going to go to something else, you're probably not going to make it in the business. And I don't know how you instill that in people. I think it's a quality that you either have or you don't. But if you have a bad day, go home, crawl under the covers, but get up the next day and have the energy and the desire to get back in the ring and do another round.